Hey guys! This video is going to be a little different than any other video that I've done on my channel so far. But one of my New Year's resolutions that I actually have stuck to every single day so far has been to downsize my stuff a little bit. So I made myself a resolution, and you might have seen it if you've watched any of my videos where you could see my journal that's open. Every day I give myself a little box to check off that I declutter one item out of my life, one of my possessions that I am not using, or I don't like, I don't want, it's expiring. So every single day for the month of January, that's 31 things, I have accumulated to get rid of. There were a couple other things that I actually did declutter in the month of January that I can't show you because I had to let them go and they're no longer here to show you. The one that comes to mind first is I had a like a stroller like you would push babies in, but it actually would clip onto my bicycle, and you could ride your bicycle and pull your kids behind you. I don't have kids. I bought it for Abra so that I could pull her wherever we went, and it really was not working out for her. She was freaking out in it. So one of my 31 days, I decluttered that thing. I actually put it on Facebook Marketplace and sold it. But here is, I think I did manage to count 31 because I've already started decluttering a few things for the month of February. 31 things, and I'm going to be getting rid of all of this. I don't think I'll remember to tell you as I go through each and every item exactly what I'm doing with it. Some of it I'm going to send to Goodwill. Actually, a lot of this I think I'm going to send to Goodwill. Just donate it and give it to them. Some things I'm giving away to people I know want it. There's something here I thought I might look in to see if there's a women's shelter or something that could take it. Some of this will be recycled, and some of it, unfortunately, is just going to be trash, going to be garbage. So I'm going to try to sustainably eliminate as much of this as possible, but it won't be possible for all of it to be recycled. But anything here that Goodwill will take, they can have, or anything that can be recycled, they can have. A couple things here are actually going to go to a used bookstore. So anyway, I wanted to walk you through 31 things that I've decided to get rid of in the month of January. Okay, in no particular order here. This is one of 6 carafes that I had bought when I started making my own homemade kombucha. And after now a little more than a year of making kombucha, I have sort of figured out what works for me and what does not. This doesn't work for me because it only makes like one little 16-ounce jar of kombucha, and I make between 10 and 14 every single week. So this was just too small and not really practical. I think it's actually a flour base that's going to go to Goodwill. This and this, I believe we're on the same day. This is a Starbucks cup that I bought. Yes, I bought it at Starbucks, but I got it on a good sale. But it turns out it was on sale for a reason. It's that kind of Starbucks cup that has like almost like a tin foil film on the outside of the cup. I don't know if you can see, but it's like cracking and peeling. And I didn't dishwash this at all, so I was hand washing it, but it just couldn't handle wear and tear. So I got aggravated with it. I'm gonna donate this. If anybody wants it, they can have it. The cup is fine. It's kind of a shame to let go of it just because it's falling apart, but I bought another one. And then this was a gift to me as a nurse from a sales rep or something like that. So don't use water bottles this size. I need like 32 ounces or more, or else it's not worth me carrying around heavy water. These, I believe I'm going to just throw away. I went through all of my hairbrushes and combs, got rid of any of the ones that I don't use. I don't style my hair, not ever. I wash it once a week and I don't blow dry it. I don't need round brushes. I would be glad to donate these to Goodwill, but I'm not sure if Goodwill wants anything with my DNA in it. Even if I clean the hair out, that's still gross. So I'm gonna throw these away. Full pack of bobby pins. I've never used a single one of these. I don't know why I have this. I don't know where it came from. I don't put bobby pins in my hair. I don't know how to put bobby pins in my hair. I don't know what anybody does with bobby pins. So if I know any nurses or friends who need bobby pins, I'll be giving this away. I went through and downsized and decluttered like extra journals I had laying around that I had bought thinking I was going to use and never did. This one is one, I won this in a YouTube giveaway, and it's beautiful. I really have a brand of journals that I like, and I don't really deviate from that. And then this one I bought when we were going to go on a vacation to Costa Rica. It's got like a topography map of Costa Rica on it. And I was going to journal our trip to Costa Rica, but we never ended up going. And I don't like the inside. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a grid, but instead of a grid, it's made of plus signs. So it's really hard on the eyes when you're trying to write in this. So both of these journals go into Goodwill. This is a pair of shoes that I'm donating that I actually bought at Goodwill. I bought them at the Goodwill bins for, I think it's like 99 cents per pound. I don't even know if these weigh a pound, so I probably got these shoes for like $1. I got them at Goodwill. I love them. I think they're super cute. They're Sperry's, and I always wanted a pair of Sperry's. When I was in high school, that was like the shoe. There's a few little marks on them I was not ever able to clean off, but recently, also a New Year's resolution in 2023, I have been determined to work on the bunion that I have that is causing me an awful lot of pain on my left foot. So I did a deep dive into barefoot shoes. I've mentioned them a couple times on this channel. My barefoot shoes are now my new, that's all I'm gonna wear, unless I'm going like to a theater and I have to dress up in really nice shoes. I have bought now 2 pairs of Vivos. One of them's in the mail, supposed to be here any day. And then I bought a pair of Whiten, which is the really cheap Amazon barefoot shoes. These crunch my toe box, make the bunion worse. Ever since I started wearing barefoot shoes, no bunion pain at all. So unfortunately, even though I finally got my pair of Sperry's I've wanted for 20 years, they're going back to Goodwill. As are these shoes. You will love these if you can see them. These are Where's Waldo Vans. I got these on half price clearance at the Vans outlet mall. I think it was Myrtle Beach a few years ago. I never did find Waldo. Everyone asks me, you want to be on camera too? This is my pup's head. Everyone always asks me where Waldo is. I don't know. I didn't really look that hard for him. But same thing. Love these shoes. There's nothing wrong with them. But the toe box. I need shoes that flare out at the toe box because I have wide feet. And what's odd is I've been wearing nothing but barefoot shoes for about 2 weeks, and I'm really wishing I had taken before and what will be during and after photos of my bunion because it's visibly improving. And I didn't think there was any way to cure a bunion except for surgery. So I'm getting rid of all the shoes in my collection that make the bunion worse or make it hurt. Those have to go. Some days I had to cheat a little bit because I had a hard time finding something to donate. And one of the days I was going through my old journal scrapbook supplies and I just picked out all the washi tapes that I hate for a variety of reasons. Some of them are really, really skinny. Skinny washi tape doesn't tend to stick very well to paper. Some of them were like gummed up or had been exposed to heat and were no longer adhesive. They were more like ribbon. Some of them were just ones that I'd had for years and I've used them and used them and used them and they just will not die. So this is a Ziploc baggie full of washi tape. I'm going to probably take this like to work and leave it where people can grab it and decorate their papers if they want to, or I don't know, we'll find something to do with that. One day I went through my purses and pouches. This is a purse I also got at the Goodwill bins, 99 cents on the pound. It's an American Eagle and it's shabby and falling apart. I bought it that way. I used it last summer quite a bit as a beach bag or as a go hang out with my friends and have everything I need. But I actually have sort of fallen back in love with like backpacks, and I have a tiny wallet now instead of a big wallet that I can either put in my pocket or carry it around with my keys, and this, I'm just not really using this anymore. So I'm going to donate that, and all of the bags in here are bags that have just sort of come into my life. I don't really know how. I don't really use them. This is a fanny pack. I am old, and I remember as a child growing up, fanny packs were not cool. So I can't get on board with the fanny pack trend, even though it's, you know, in right now. I think my grandma gave me this. I'm not sure where it came from. I don't think she actually bought it for me. I think it kind of came into her life and she passed it on. I did use it on one vacation we went on, but it's just not, when I put my phone in, it's hard to zip up without scraping the phone, and I was afraid I would scrape up the camera, and It's not really a good size. I don't use it. Vera Bradley little coin pouch. I picked this up at the bins, also 99 cents per pound, so I didn't pay much for this in the first place. I got it because I knew Michael's mom loves Vera Bradley, but then when I got home I realized it's absolutely hideous. It's not her color. Just because she likes Vera Bradley, she's not going to love this. So, and then this came with a t-shirt I bought. I think I still have the shirt, but I haven't seen it in a long time. It just says, what does it say, California? California with a little hippie trippy school bus and a rainbow. Love it. But I've never ever used this bag. So I'm going to just donate it because I'm trying to downsize what's in my life. I have this little dream of living in an RV, which isn't probably very practical, but I at least want to get rid of clutter that I don't need, so that if we ever do decide we want to travel full-time or something, we don't have a lot of stuff tying me down. This is 3 pairs of sunglasses, also from the Goodwill bins. This is my favorite brand, Gooders. Michael and I have been fans of the brand Gooders since Gooder was a Kickstarter that had hardly made any sales and weren't in any stores. They were an online initiative that started. We have bought dozens of pairs of Gooders over the years that we've known each other and known about Gooders. All 3 of these pairs came from the Goodwill bins. Whenever I see Gooders in the Goodwill bins, I snag them because for 99 cents per pound, you can't go wrong. I bring them home, wash them up, try to get the last little bit of life out of them. But at this point, I've collected so many Gooders, I just decided to let the worst of the worst ones go. They are polarized, so the thing is, when you're using a pair of polarized glasses as your day-to-day sunglasses, that eventually, I don't know if the polarization like fades or gives out, and they're also scratched up and stained, although I don't know what they're stained with. So I put them on and I can hardly see out of them. I can't really clean them, so I'm gonna probably trash these. All 3 of them have already been through Goodwill once, and I snagged them, so these will probably get recycled. This one pains me because I spent a lot of money on this book last year, but they're coming out with the next edition, the 23rd edition in May, and I really want to buy it because this edition is already seriously outdated. This is the complete dog book, and then when I tell you it's as heavy as my dog, it's really freaking heavy. It's huge. It's bigger than a Bible. I have been a fan of the American Kennel Club's publications since I was about 10 years old, and my grandparents got me the American Kennel Club dog book for kids, which I read cover to cover over and over and over again. It dog-eared it. It was falling apart. I started buying the version for adults. This is the 2nd edition I have owned as an adult. But they're coming out with a new one in May, so I love to watch the AKC, the Agilities, and the Best in Show, anything I can get my hands on, I can watch. And I like to have this book with me so I can look up the dog breeds as we go. It's kind of, I'm a nerd. I know I'm a total nerd. I'm going to donate this to a used bookstore here in Indian Harbor Beach. I'm just going to give it to her and let her put it on the shelf, and she can sell it and she can keep the money for it. I don't feel like I need to make my money back, but it's in perfect condition because I take pretty good care of my books when they're this expensive. Okay, day number next. I decided to go through I have a whole little box of Christmas card making supplies because I'm big into making Christmas cards every year. And I had bought, while we were in New York this past Christmas, 3 boxes of just stunningly gorgeous Christmas cards from Macy's that were like 75% off. So I went through our Christmas cards from the past 3 years and pulled out all the cards we had left over. I don't know which cards I have sent to which people because most years I buy 2 boxes of cards, or I pick one, Michael picks one, whatever. So I don't want to risk sending somebody a Christmas card next year that I've already sent them in the past. So this is a box of random assorted Christmas cards. If you're friends or family, you'll probably recognize something in here I've sent you in the past. These are Florida ones. These are Christmas light bulbs. There's some blue ones in here with trees. So this is just a hodgepodge of the Christmas cards from boxes over the past 3 years that never got used. I think I'll donate those. This is an absolute mess, but it's a Ziploc bag full of craft supplies that I either know I'm never going to use or don't want to get hurt on. These are pins. I have bought these so that I could pin my crochet projects while wet to the floor and stretch them out. But I don't really crochet very much anymore. When I do crochet, I like to make stuffed animals, not big square, big rectangle objects like scarves and whatnot. So I'm gonna let these go before they wind up in my foot. And these are alphabet beads for making bracelets. And randomly, I don't know how this happened, there are 2 makeup items in here. I'm gonna pull those out. They don't need to be in the same bag. No idea what I'm doing with these yet. I don't know if Goodwill would even want this, so this might be a trash, unfortunately. In the same vein as craft supplies, once upon a time I had plans to make a cross stitch project that was like 4 feet by 5 feet. It was a scene from Phantom of the Opera that was actually a photograph. I had to convert to like a JPEG or something and then enter it into this website that turned it into a cross stitch project. I don't know what I was thinking. That would have taken me 1,000 years to make from start to finish. But I bought like 100 skeins of black and a bunch of white thread to cross stitch it. This is miles of thread right here, miles. I don't need this. It's only gonna get dusty in my collection and fade, so there may be people who go to places like Goodwill to collect craft supplies. I'm gonna pass this on. Maybe they can use it for something. This was just yesterday, I think. Michael and I went through the shelf in our pantry where we keep cups and bottles and anything to hold water or drinks, and we had these 2 Arctic koozies. We don't drink anything that narrow. I guess you could put like a beer in it or something, but we never have beer at the house. And the bottles of water he drinks are much wider than this, so we just don't use them. We decided to donate them. They're Arctic brand, but I don't know what that means. This is a recyclable cup to go to a water fountain. It actually belonged to a chiropractor that we don't go to anymore, and I don't know how to get it back to them because I don't know how to contact them. But I'm gonna just donate it because it's aluminum. I've found that I don't like drinking things out of aluminum very much if I can avoid it. It makes my teeth hurt, and I don't know why. If it's cold, it makes my teeth hurt. I don't know if it's the metal. I don't know what the issue is, but I try to avoid aluminum when I can. It is dishwasher safe, so gonna donate that. A random dog bowl. Michael suggested we donate this, and at first I was like, why? It's in perfect condition. And then he reminded me we have never, ever used this. I bought this before we moved to Florida when I knew what kind of a house we were going to be living in, and we have a screened-in porch in our backyard that's in the shade almost all day. I was thinking that if Abra wanted to go out on the back porch, we would have to close the door to keep the air conditioning in, but I wanted her to have water while she was out there. So I had bought this because it can't tip over. I don't know if I ever used it or not. She does not like to go out there if we're not out there. She doesn't want to go out and be out there alone by herself. Also, our neighbor has pretty much eliminated the privacy vines and trees and shrubs that we had between us and the housing unit behind us. So if she were to go outside, she would just be barking at people all the time because there's always people out in their backyard. So since we're not using it, it was cheap. I can buy another one if I need to, but I just wanted to get it out of our life so that we're not, carrying it around. I mopped one time with this thing, this Swiffer mop. Michael bought this quite a few years ago when we lived in an apartment and all the floors were laminate. I had never actually mopped. I don't mind vacuuming, but I hate mopping. And where we live now on the tile, it takes like 5 of those little wipes to do just the kitchen and den area where we eat, and I thought that was an incredible waste of fiber and cotton. If I'm gonna mop, I'd rather have a bucket. So I said, I'm never gonna use this mop again. If you can promise me you're gonna use the mop, I'll hang on to it, but otherwise we're donating it. And he said, fine, just donate it. So donating that. This is where that belongs. This is a whole bag of makeup. And a lot of it's really nice, but most of it is getting kind of old. But I sat down with my makeup collection and I was trying to be harsh with myself. What am I not using? Most of it I'm not using. I hardly wear makeup at all. So I made one very serious cut. I got rid of eyeshadow, eyeliner, lipstick, lip stuff I don't even know how to use. I don't really use any. This is that Kat Von D I had bought that I don't love. There's MAC in here, there's Urban Decay in here, Too Faced in here. I don't really know what to do with this right now because I don't know if Goodwill will take used makeup. I don't think using someone else's makeup is ever a good idea. I wouldn't want to use makeup someone else had used. I'm going to leave it bagged up in this bag until I figure out if I can recycle this somehow. It's a shame because I could probably back to MAC some of this, but I just don't wear lipstick, so I don't really need to back to MAC it, you know. I do have a younger cousin who really loves makeup. I thought about giving it to her, which again is passing on used makeup, but at least it's in the family. I don't know. But this is all makeup I can promise you I was never going to put on my face, and I don't want to haul it around. This is pretty heavy, just this small amount, and I have easily 2 or 3 times this much still left, so it may get decluttered in a later video, but I can promise you I was never going to put any of this on my face again, so I'm just going to let it go in whatever way I can let it go. This was the day I decluttered dresses. This is a dress I've had for several years, and I love it, but it's really getting pilled and faded. Excuse me. It's really getting pilled and faded. It's like a floor-length floral. I don't know how to show you. I do really like the dress. It's really pretty. It looks like a grandma's couch, and I love that. I'm obsessed with grandma's couch flower prints, but letting that go. This is a wrap dress that I bought in Bali, and I've used it as a bathing suit cover-up now for years, but it's also getting completely faded out. Again, grandma's fabric. I love grandma's couch prints. But it's seen better days. So I'm either going to donate it or throw it away. Not sure yet. Hi there. This is the flute Michael and I painted. We had a really good time painting this cheap flute I bought off Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, I can't remember. It's all wrapped up with some cleaning supplies. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. We had a fun time painting it, but I had in my head this image of it being like an art project that we were going to display somewhere, and it turns out I have no artistic talent whatsoever, and the only piece of this flute that looks like anything is the middle piece, which Michael painted. So I have a flute. I have 2 flutes actually. I don't know if I'm donating this or what I'm doing. I'm not throwing it away. I would never throw away a flute, but I'm not sure what I'm doing with this, but I'm getting it out of my life. It has a lot of cleaning supplies in here. It's a really nice case in here. Pass that on to a kid maybe. I'll find a child who wants it. Wow. Pair of socks that I have completely worn completely out. Ever since I started wearing those barefoot shoes, I do not need to wear compression socks anymore. My feet don't hurt. I don't get terribly swollen on the job. So these are compression socks I'm donating. And, oh, I think it's pretty much all closed from here. Oops, sorry, honey. Sorry. I went through my closet one day and I picked out clothes that I don't feel attractive when I put them on because I either have bad memories associated with them or they just don't look good on me or you name it. This is a pair of shorts. This is a pair of palazzo pants. I've been wearing these since 2018 and they're my lazy pants. I know when I put them on, I don't give a crap how I look that day, and I'm just a little bit tired of feeling that way. That was wore them too much in 2020, if you know what I mean, in 2021. So both of these shorts I associate with pandemic and just not really caring, so both of these shorts have to go. This one hurts me a little bit to let go, but we just don't need to keep things laying around we're not using. And this was a collar for Abra when she was younger. It's got all the Disney princesses on it. They're made in a thread, and I don't know if you can really see, but the thread now is fading, and also it's getting ripped. It's ripped in a lot of places, so they don't really look very nice anymore. But man, this was fun when we had this collar on her. We're not even really big Disney fans, but it was just cute because she's so high drama. She's such a princess. But it was really fun to have this on her. But that's gonna go with the dog bowl. Maybe somebody has a little dog. This day I was desperate to find things. to declutter, and I ended up decluttering 2 items I had just been given that day as part of a belated Christmas gift. This is pocket hand sanitizer, which I don't ever use. Absolutely hate hand sanitizer, and I even try to avoid using it at work. If I can wash my hands with soap and water, I will always do that before I will use this stuff. I think this stuff is horrible. Hi there, baby. This, she thinks it's a ball. It's a bath bomb. I wish I could let you eat it, but you probably shouldn't do that. This is a bath bomb that was given to me as part of a belated Christmas present. Don't lick it, baby, honey. Don't lick it. I don't know what bath bombs are. I take baths every day. I feel like this looks like a big mess in the bathtub that I don't want. So I don't use bath bombs. I'm gonna donate this. Maybe somebody else wants it. Okay. Abra, leave it. Abra, leave it. I'm sorry, honey. We're almost at the end here. Hey, leave it. This is a corduroy jacket that I have had for 10 years. Actually, probably longer than that. I think I bought it in 2012. I mean, it's been out of fashion, back in fashion, and I'm sure it's out of fashion again. But that's not why I'm getting rid of it. I'm just getting rid of it because I'm sick of it. And just because it's in great condition, I mean, there's a few little issues with it, but just because it's in great condition is not a reason to keep something on a hanger in my closet taking up space that I will never wear. Can't tell you how many St. Patrick's days have come and gone, and I was trying to find something green to wear, and this was all I could find in my closet. I now have 2 green t-shirts. I do not need to keep this anymore. It's a great jacket, though. It's really warm. It's corduroy. I have this thing with corduroy where I don't like to touch it, and I am touching it now for this video, but it bothers my fingers and makes them feel powdery and weird. I really just wish I loved corduroy, but I hate corduroy. So this is getting donated. The rest of this was probably picked over the course of several days. This was the days I went through my t-shirts. And you'll see there's 2 green t-shirts, and I literally just said I had 2. I have 2 left. I have 2 more in the closet now. But I went through my t-shirts and I picked out one I hate. These are from the Gap. This was the smallest size they made, but when I wear it, it's big up top and tight in the middle. So when I bend over, I feel like I have to hold the shirt up, and I hate that in a shirt. I don't like wearing clothes. I have to babysit to make sure I'm not exposing anything. So that one's going. A different body type would probably fit that shirt. This one is the same way. It's a V-neck. This one's a J. Crew t-shirt. It's a V-neck, and when I lean over, you can see clear down to my navel, and I just don't like to have to remember to wear the right camisole or the right whatever underneath my clothes just to make them, something I can wear that day. This is a blue shirt. It's also from the Gap. It's just like that first one I showed you. And then lastly, hi. Hi, baby. Lastly, you just want to be on camera, don't you? Well, you gotta look at the camera. They can only see the back, the back of your head. Okay, the last thing I have here is actually part of my Declutter My Wardrobe series. That I hadn't tried those shirts on. I already knew I hated those shirts because I have to babysit them. But I have also, as another New Year's resolution, you can see I have lots of New Year's resolutions here, but the other thing I've been doing is going through my closet and wearing everything in it, and then after I've worn it, I put it back on the hanger and turn the hanger around so that I can remember that I've worn it. While I'm wearing it all day is when I'm assessing, do I like this? Am I sick of this? Does this fit? Is this faded, worn out, peeling, is this falling apart? And that was the case with some of these clothes. So this one right here was like pilling and falling apart and faded. It's just a black tank top. The elastic is like, that's not a good example of the elastic being broken. The elastic has like turned crusty. I've had these shorts for years, and I don't think I was washing them gently enough, so the elastic now is actually really uncomfortable. It's tight and kind of like crusty. It doesn't have a lot of give in it. I don't know a better way of describing it, but they're not comfortable. It's Under Armour, I think. This is a workout top I am donating because I feel like an utter slob when I put this on. It's just not my style. I don't really like big baggy hanging armpits where people can see my sides or my back or my belly or whatever. It's not flattering on me. Same thing with this one. Even though the armpits aren't quite as long, every time I put this on, I just feel like I look dumpy in it. You know what I mean? I bought both of these on clearance at the outlet mall, and I've worn both of these since, I think I got them in 2019. So I've had them both for almost 4 years. But both of them, when I put them on, I just feel dumpy. So I don't want to feel that way in anything I own. There's plenty of people who would look great in these shirts. They can wear them. Last one, same thing. Last one is a black tank top, same thing. When I put it on, I just feel like I don't look good. And I'm not trying to be a fashion model or anything. I just don't want to wear clothes that make me immediately feel bad about myself from the time I walk out of the bathroom getting ready in the morning, and then I have something on for the whole day that I don't feel my best in. So that, I'm trying to think if you were counting, and I specifically counted out my 31 days and put these all in a bag to show you. That might have only been 29 or 30. Like I said, I had a big hot pink stroller to go behind a bicycle. We tried really hard to make Abra love it, but it's honestly, she's just too big for it. There was not a very stable floor in the bottom of it, and she was terrified, so it wasn't worth trying to make her get adjusted to it. So I sold that on Facebook Marketplace. So yeah, that's 31 things that I decluttered in the month of January, and I intend to try to continue to do this every day. It has really made me feel great to get some stuff out of my life that I'm not loving. Always have room for new things that I will love. And I think I'm going to try to keep doing this in the month of February. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up, because I am sort of starting, the low-hanging fruit has all been picked off. Now it's getting a little bit tougher to find things that I truly just don't want. But anyway, I hope this was inspiring for you if you're trying to declutter and downsize. And if I can keep this up for February, I'll see you again on February 28th, and we'll do this all over again. Bye, guys.